Hi guys, I am a pre-vet student and I also foster kittens. I just received 6 very sick foster kittens from the shelter. So today I'm going to be going through the process of how I'm helping them get healthy again so they can be rehomed, and hopefully I can help some other foster parents out there. I know there's a lot of first-time foster parents this season, so hopefully I can help some of you guys as well. What I forgot to mention is the kittens in this video are about 5 weeks, but they look a lot smaller than they are because of how underweight they are. So I am kind of treating them as 3 weeks old, like I'm feeding them as much as a 3-week-old would eat, just because I'm so worried about their energy level and I don't want them to become anemic. Okay, so before we get in there, I'm gonna prep their food and their medicine. I'm sure that every shelter is different, but in my area, if you foster kittens through the shelter, they provide you with the food, the medication, the instructions, if they need any medical support. So if you're interested in fostering kittens, but you can't afford it financially or you need more support, you should reach out to your shelter and see what kind of services they provide. Anyways, I'm gonna feed them on a paper plate. I would say they're about 5 weeks old, so they do have teeth, but because they're so malnourished, I'm gonna be giving them formula mixed with canned wet food. To make their food, I'm using 1 part formula powder, 2 parts water. Make sure you use KMR or formula that's specifically for kittens. Then I'm mixing that with half a can of wet food. I'm using kitten wet food by The Science Diet. Hey guys. So to feed them, for the first time, I wanted to see how well they eat individually. So one by one, I would put them on my lap with the plate of food. And I kind of had to show them where the food was. They weren't sure about it, so I just dipped my finger in it so they could smell it. And then I would wipe a little bit on their face so they would lick it. And then after that, I would slowly guide them to the food until they started eating off the plate. You can also do this with a spoon too. To quickly go over their setup, I put them in a box and then there's a towel on it with the heating pad on top because of how small they are. And then I'm using the lid of a shoebox as a litter box. Make sure you use non-clumping, non-scented litter because when kittens are this small, they will try to eat it. And if they eat clumping litter, they could get a bowel obstruction and become constipated. So they had a lot of extra food, so I put it in this container and I'm gonna wrap it in foil and then keep it in the fridge for their next feeding. One of them, this one, his eyes are completely sealed shut. He can't see at all. And a lot of them have at least one eye that is sealed shut. So I'm gonna steam the bathroom. I'm gonna close this, put a blanket under the door, and put the shower on all the way as hot as it can go, and get as much steam as I can going in here for about 20 minutes. While I do that, I'm gonna stimulate them to see if they need to go potty. I'm gonna administer their meds and clean them up a bit. And I'll try to do this at least 3 times a day until at least their eyes are open. To stimulate them to go potty, you just do circles with, I use a warm paper towel that's nice and wet so it doesn't hurt them. And then eventually they'll pee or poop. And at this age, I do it while they're standing in the litter box so they know to go to the bathroom in the litter box. Then I just repeated this process with all of the kittens. After, immediately after, a lot of them went in the litter box on their own and went potty, which was really good. So I don't think I'll need to stimulate them anymore. Oh, also, if you see blood, they're not bleeding. It's because they have fleas, and flea dirt is red when it's wet because it's digested blood that the fleas have pooped out, basically. Okay, now I'm gonna give them their medicine. I like to give them their oral medication after they eat because they really hate taking their medicine and I don't want to disturb their appetite. So First medicine is Doxycycline. I'm giving them 0.1 cc's in a syringe. Make sure you shake it up before you give it to them because it settles at the bottom. I just kind of squirt it in there. They really hated this medicine. Also, don't mind my hair. I was sweating from the steam and I just kind of like threw it up as fast as I could. Now I'm just wiping the goop out of their eyes with a warm cotton ball. Now I'm applying 2 drops of Gentramicin to both eyes of each kitten. They also had one more medication. I don't know how to pronounce it. I guess I'll put it in the description on this video so that you guys could see it. But I just administered it the exact same way as the Doxycycline, just 0.1 cc orally. And I just used a syringe and put it in their mouth. And then after that, I turned off the water and I changed and washed my hands. If you're dealing with sick kittens, it's really important to wash your hands before you're done. Or wash your hands after you're done, especially if you have other animals, because you don't want to get the other animals sick.